Good morning. This is Jason Dean coming live at you from Film Fanatic headquarters. It is Friday at about 10:28. So I hope everyone's doing good. It's a Friday, so TGIF. We got a holiday weekend coming up, and yeah. So this is a quick video just talking about my band Quantum. We are just well, actually tonight, a few hours away from our release party with my band Quantum. We're going to be doing having a release show, a party, dance party, album release show at Hey Sailor in Searsport. Really amazing venue. The show starts at like 6:30, and very excited about putting out this new album. Also on board for the show, my really great friends Ronnie and Halsey are going to also be playing. I did a video about this show probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I wanted to do another quick little video around it and a couple other new things around it. So my friends Ronnie and Halsey, who I have been really fortunate to, we started to play together in a band called Bone Broth about three years ago, and since then we've like really, I don't know, bonded as friends and have lots of similarities, and we can try to continue to play music even though it's been a while since we have, but we still try to do music together some capacity. We all have similar things because while each of us play in different bands and what have you, each of us have these strange little side bands. Ronnie, my friend Ronnie, has an electronic group or solo. It's a solo group essentially under the name of Enor, and that is like best way to describe that music is definitely ambient inspired, and very much in the realm of like improv based. There's elements of hip hop. There's elements of dance music. Very very cool. He plays, his main instrument is also is guitar, so that is, it's kind of focused on that, and then also he does also sing. So there's that real cool balance of electronic synths and but also with a live player, and there is, it's a cool balance of organic, and then you have this like synthesized setup with this, which is a big part of what we do, kind of in the electronic world. One of the biggest things is what I find with electronic music is trying to, you know, create it in a way where it has the most like organic nature to it. So, or at least it feels like it has that, and that kind of thing. So my friend Halsey is also going to be playing, who is just an amazing musician as well, and he has his own group called Halsey that is a electronic based. He's an amazing bass player. It's all centered really around that, but the music also has a very electro sound, very hip hop based kind of sound. I've always mentioned a lot of his stuff reminds me a lot of like Thundercat, one of the greatest musicians on the planet. So it's and it's very creative, slightly strange, but great dance music. All the stuff these guys both play is definitely super dance friendly. And so we're gonna be kicking off the show at 6:30, and Ronnie's gonna be going on at first, or Enor, aka Enor. He's gonna be going on at 6:30 tonight, and then we'll be doing our set with Quantum, and then to close out the night, my friend Halsey is going to kill it on the dance floor. So very excited about that, and I picked up the albums this week. This is the brand new album here. We picked it up here. It's we have CDs. It's going to be available at the show. Kind of a limited pressing, but we'll have like a limited pressing of actual physical copies of the CD, and we will have the album pretty soon. It will be available for download on Bandcamp. But right now, the focus is just these physical copies that we have, and there might be a few other things that might come along the way. But this is the brand new album that I guess you could say, officially comes out today. In Dreams I Saw Chapter 2. This is the second chapter of In Dreams I Saw Chapter 1, which came out exactly, well, a little over 2 years ago, which is hard to believe. We had our release party in Rockland on Oak Street during the summertime, and that was like in June, about 2 years ago. And we had the first album. Originally, this was going to be like a two-part album, or originally it was actually going to be a uh, a double album or like a concept album. For me, it's definitely, even though we decided to break the albums up, for me these are definitely like concept albums. I've always been a big fan of bands that can, can kind of harness that idea, that aesthetic. One band that obviously is really known for that is, Pink Floyd, early Pink Floyd especially. So I've always been a fan, and so when we recorded this 2 years ago, we're in 24 now, so 22 December. We recorded it in December of 22 at at my studio. When we started recording all of this music, it had been about, up until that point, it had been about almost 4 years since we recorded any music. And during that time, I was fortunate, or we were fortunate as a band, and me and my friend Mike Whitehead, who is the bass player in Quantum, and also he has the recording studio, and we have this access to this nice studio, so we have this pretty nice setup. We were fortunate during that downtime in between. The Stars Beneath Our Feet was the album before the first chapter of In Dreams I Saw came out. It had been about 4 years in between, so, but we got lucky in a way that we had, well, I had a pretty good writing spell. I mean, obviously, COVID came and destroyed the universe, but after a little bit of time went by, I started writing a lot of material. And I started writing a lot of material before that happened. So I was sitting on this material for a long time. And then when things started to kind of shift in a more positive way, we were fortunate, very fortunate as a band to play a lot of gigs. And so we played a lot of gigs, and we were able to really play this material out a lot and kind of test it out. And to me, that playing live is the most enjoyable part of it, because I love being able to. I look at that, the live experience, as being like kind of a testing ground to see, you know, if new ideas can, you know, say something in a real world, space. And I learn a lot from that. Sometimes you can connect the dots with the music and with the audience, and then sometimes you don't. And that's usually a good indication for me if like something is, saying something or moving somebody, or what have you. And sometimes you don't. It can go either way sometimes. But we did that, kind of process with like basically trying out these tunes for a long time. And then when we finally recorded, we realized we were sitting on a ton of material. Like it was kind of insane. And so as things were progressing and as they were going, we really thought about, trying to put out everything, basically everything as like a double record. But then we realized, well, things are pretty different now as far as people's habits around music and how they access entertainment for many, many reasons. So we were like, I don't know, maybe we'll do it. But then I thought, well, it's a lot of music. I mean, both this album and Dreams I Saw, Chapter 2 is about, I'd say about, it's less than an hour. It's probably like 48 minutes. The first album, the first chapter of these records or albums is just about the same. I think the first album, yeah, they're about the same. So altogether, we're looking at a little under 2 hours. But nevertheless, we decided to release them separately. So we released them separately We put out the first one a couple of years ago, and then over time I was like, huh, okay, when do we want to put out this new one? It was all done. It's basically been done since we did. It was done the exact same time that we did those sessions, and it was all recorded. It was all mixed at the same time. We basically just decided to break it up, and we shelved the second album, just kind of waiting when maybe a cool opportunity can present itself that we could do a show, and so we waited for a couple of years and did other things. So that's kind of where we arrived, or where we arrived as a band. It's like, wait till opportunity presents itself. So, and that is where we are today. So come on by if you can. This will be, definitely, we're kind of billing this as a dance party to have some fun. So, Hey Sailor is an amazing venue. It's a great, fantastic food, and it's a beautiful space. So, come on out if you're around, and we will see you later. Peace.